Hello and welcome. I'm Kasey, if you're new here, and this week we are going to practice jumping back into chaturanga from our crow. So the first time you could try it, you can be like, oh, you can't even connect your mind to the muscles that you're going to use, but that's cool. Just try it anyway. If you really struggle with it, I'll link below a free class on how to build up the strength in those muscles, to build awareness, to be able to get really good at it and comfortable with it. Otherwise, just have fun. So today we're going to start on our hands and knees in our tabletop position. So your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. And we're just going to take one foot back onto your toes and just stretch the back of your legs and your calf muscles, pushing into the ground. Your other opposite knee might come off the floor. Oh, that feels good. And coming down, and then just taking the other side. Ah, that's such a good stretch. And then coming back down, just back into your tabletop. Now taking your left toes back and your right hand forward. So they can be touching the ground for stability. Now, if you have the core strength, you're just going to slowly lift your arm, your hand and your foot off the ground, trying to keep them level, keeping your hips square. It's okay if you fall out, just try and come back in. Now we're going to take it up a notch from here. So if you want to, you can tuck your back toes under. That might be a little bit easier. So trying to keep your back foot level, not letting it drop. We're going to slowly bring our butt to our back heel and up again, and bringing that elbow onto the floor, just trying to keep your arms up. So that's 5, then coming back for 4, back up, 3, keeping those lower abdominals switched on, 2, and 1. Trying to keep those hips square, coming back up, and taking your hand and your knee back down. Just giving yourself a little bit of movement if you feel you need to. And taking it to the other side. So your right foot back, left hand forward. And then slowly lifting them up off the ground. If this is as far as you've come, just stay with this. Tucking those back toes if you need to. And coming down for 5. 4. Trying to keep that right hip down. Keep it square. 3, 2, and 1. And taking your hand and your knee back down. And just giving yourself some movement. Maybe a few cat-cows here. And taking your hands a little bit forward underneath your shoulders, taking your feet back into a high plank. Now making sure you're pressing down through the base of your palms. Your fingers are just there for stability. And feeling the strength all across the top of your back here, along your neck. Now slowly lowering, keeping your elbows by your side, slowly lower to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Feeling that nice stretch on the back of your legs. And rolling forward back into high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. One more round of breath here. Inhale, rolling forward into high plank. Exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, coming back into your downward facing dog. And then on your next inhale, bringing your right knee to your right elbow and holding for 4, 3, 2, 1, and stepping it to the outside of your right foot, dropping the back knee and coming into your lizard pose. So just feeling that nice stretch. Don't go too deep if it's too much. Always listen to your body. Now heel toeing your foot in underneath your shoulder. You can either use a block here or keep your hands on the ground for stability. But we're going to take that back foot up, keeping your hips square and coming into your warrior 3. Now, like I said, use anything for stability if you need to. And then we're going to squat, bringing that back knee into your front knee for 3, 2, 1. Taking that foot back and up. Now bringing your left knee through up to your chest and standing. Taking your knee in. And taking that left foot down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, coming down into your Malasana squat. Now you can take your feet out wider if you need to. And placing your hands on the ground underneath your shoulders, pushing into the ground, lifting your hips for 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to now jump back into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. One more breath here. And on your inhale, your left knee to your left elbow for 4, 3, 2, 1. And place it down on the outside of your left hand, coming into lizard on the other side. Feel that nice stretch, opening your hips. Placing your hands on the ground, heel toeing that foot underneath your left shoulder, coming up into your warrior 3. How feels good for you? Trying to keep that hip square. So that's taking that, maybe pulling that right hip down to the ground and going for our squats for 3, 2, 1, and back. Bringing that right knee back up to your chest. And exhale, foot down, inhale up, exhale, coming down into your Malasana squat. Hands onto the ground underneath your shoulders and pushing into the ground, lifting your hips for 3, 2, and 1. And jumping back into your chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale into down dog. On your next inhale, right knee to right elbow, take it to the left and back up into the air. Right elbow, left and back. One more time, right elbow, left and back. Now stepping it through and coming down into your lizard pose. You may be able to get a little bit deeper this time. Now heel toeing that right foot underneath your shoulder and coming up into your warrior 3. Taking your squat for 3, 2, 1, back. Now, bringing your foot down, bending into that front knee, placing your hands on the ground and either coming into your pistol squat. You can keep your hands or into toe stands. You can keep that bottom heel off the ground if you need to. Coming into your pistol squat. Now placing your hands back down behind you, push up, taking that left foot back up and coming down to the ground. Placing your hands on the ground in front of you, taking your knees up underneath your armpits and coming up into your crow pose. Now you can either practice jumping back into chaturanga from here, or if that's too much for you, maybe try taking one leg. So taking your right leg back, then your left, down to chaturanga. Inhale, exhale into your down dog. Inhale, your left knee to left elbow, take it to the right and back up. Left elbow, right and back up. One more time. And coming through and placing it on the left side, coming into your lizard. Now heel toeing that left foot in and coming up into your version of warrior 3. And taking your squats for 3, 2, 1, and back. Now bringing your right foot through, coming down into your pistol, or I'll show you your toe stand on the left side. I'm not very balanced today. And hands back to the ground, taking that right foot back and bringing it back down to the ground. Taking your hands on the ground in front of you, taking your knees up under your armpits, coming into your crow or crane pose. Now this time, if you only shot one foot back, do it on the opposite side this time. Down into your chaturanga. Up dog, and down dog. Last round, taking your right knee to right elbow, stepping that right foot down, coming into your lizard lunge. Heel toe, that right foot underneath your right shoulder, coming up into your version of warrior 3. Woo. And squat for 3, 2, 1. Bringing that left foot through, coming down into your pistol squat. Now this might be easier on one side for you than the other. This is definitely my easier side. Hands back down behind you, taking that left foot back and bringing it down. Coming into your crow pose. Now this time, you're going to attempt to take both feet back, so it's just literally shooting them backwards straight into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, into down dog. Inhale, left knee to left elbow, placing it on the ground, coming into your lizard lunge. Heel toeing that left foot under your right knee, lifting that back foot, coming into your warrior 3 and squatting for 3, 2, 1. Bringing that foot through down into your toe stand or your pistol squat. Bringing that back foot back and placing it onto the ground. Hands onto the ground, knees underneath your armpits, into your armpits, and shoot back, chaturanga, upward dog, and down. Good facing dog. Now slowly rolling over to your high plank, then dropping your hips, coming into a cobra pose, and then slowly lowering your forearms down into a sphinx pose. So drawing your elbows back, pulling your chest forward to feel that nice stretch along your chest. Now bending your right foot and bending your right knee and grabbing hold of your right foot just to feel that nice stretch along the front part of your thigh. And release. And take it to the other side. And release. And coming back into a wide leg child's pose. And taking as much time as you need here. Slowly coming up into a seated position. Hope you enjoyed that today, and let me know how you went with it. Have a lovely day. Namaste.